Hello, my loves, and welcome to Create Your Life. My name is Simone Leah, and I am your host. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today because today I want to talk about the correlation between business and energetics and how building systems can help you to increase your visibility, work less, and earn more, which is obviously what we all want. So I'm really excited to jump into this one today because it's something that I've noticed with my clients in the last few years is that I seem to be attracting in these beautiful, soul-led, powerful women who have really figured out how to magnetize themselves and their energy, and they've managed to create an impact in their world. They've managed to really learn how to attract clients. And so their revenue is through the roof, their impact is through the roof, but they're also bottlenecked at themselves. These are women who are so successful and so just light and beautiful and doing their thing and showing up and they're just magnetic in their frequency. But on deeper inspection, they're kind of stuck. They've kind of hit their ceiling of what they're able to do and produce and how they're able to perform because they haven't built in those internal business systems and structures that are going to allow them to get to that next level. So this is why I want to talk about this today, guys, because those women have really nailed the energetics of business. And this is why it's so important to get your energetics right. These are women who are through the roof in terms of income and impact. And they've just done that with energetics. Like business-wise, they don't have a major system. They don't have a huge back end of SOPs and training for their staff and all of that sort of stuff. They've literally built their business off energetics and frequency, which I think is just so amazing. And shout out to these amazing clients that I work with because I love them so much. And I'm just so like in awe of the impact that they're making in the world. Like I choose guys to work with really soul-led women, people who are really embodied in who they are and what they're here to do. So I feel so honored to be a part of their journey. But one thing that I've really noticed is that the physical business systems, guys, as mentioned, that's where they're getting stuck. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today and just tell you how you can bring in some systems that are going to help you to increase your visibility and also allow you to work less. Because with these women, they've gone hard and they've done the thing and they've really stepped into their mission and amplified themselves and their magneticism. Is that a word? I don't know. Their magneticism. But without that system, they're just hitting that wall of not being able to expand even more. And so it's one of those things that when you do start a business, it's nice to lay that foundation. It's nice to have the business systems in place. But guys, that's not what's going to make you successful. The energetics is what's going to like make you successful. But there does hit a point when you've got the energetics nailed that you do need to bring in the systems, which is why having that support around you in a systems way allows you to expand even more. It allows you to hire staff. It allows you to train key people in key roles that allow you personally to step back. Now, the first thing I would say is when you do get to that point where you have got revenue coming in, the first thing I would do is I'd start outsourcing the tasks that don't light you up. So whatever that is for you, for some people, they're like outsource things that are not worth your time, like doing your washing and cleaning your house and that sort of tasks, doing your cooking. I personally love cooking, so I'm highly unlikely to ever outsource that. But a lot of high-level entrepreneurs are saying, take that out of your life first. It's easy to get someone to do that. And I agree with that. And even on a business level, you can do that. If you have to do the same task repeatedly, that's something you can outsource. So for example, if you want to do your social media and you've decided on a strategy that means you want to produce 5 quotes a month, right? Roughly, whatever your strategy is, I don't know what it is. Once you've done that task once, it's really easy for you to hire a VA to do that task for you. Now, the big thing here and where the systems come in handy is a lot of people, they make the mistake of hiring all the people, but they don't have the system to actually hold those people. They don't have the system to keep track on what everyone's doing. They don't have the system to make sure those people are working to KPIs or even doing their job to the level that you want it done at. And that's where building the system needs to come in, because yes, you can outsource everything, but if you don't have the system to hold it, the system to manage those staff, what's everyone doing? I don't know. But there's no accountability. So they could be really doing anything. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and get really fancy software and have Asana and Monday and every app on the sun for every single staff member all the time. Personally, I've done that before. And having been in the online space for well over 12, 13, 14 years now, I don't even know how long. I've tried a lot of that sort of stuff. And to be honest, for me, I find that the more programs you bring in, the more time people have to spend on changing programs and data entry, and the less productivity there is. So for me, I've always found it best to literally just run off things like Google Drive and Excel documents and Word documents, but the Google Drive version so that everybody has access. And for me, that's what works best, you know? So if you're one of those people that's like, I don't want to learn another app, I don't want to do this, I'm just letting you know you can build a multi-million-dollar business just using Google Drive. Like, not even a problem, guys. Like, not even a thing at all. And some of the things that I would make sure that you've really got dialed in is having timesheets for your staff so that you know and that they've got accountability in what they're doing. And you don't have to be someone who micromanages. You can just be someone who just wants a bird's eye view of roughly what they did every hour, or if they did the 2 or 3 tasks you set them for the day. Having a task tracker so that you know what's going on and who's doing it. And you can also that way work with your team on what priorities are the most important in an alignment with them. I know for me, what works best is if I've got a team, I check in with that head person of that team every day for about 20 minutes and set the priorities with that person so that they can set that to the team. And that works really well for me. That stops me having to check in with everybody. It just lets me check in with that one person who's overseeing everything. And then she can do a great job in managing them because we've already set the tasks. We've connected about what's going on. If any changes have come up, she knows what the new priorities are. And it works really, really, really well. Another thing I see that a lot of people do in business that slows them down is they do one task at a time. If you can batch your tasks, you're going to fly through them a lot faster. So it's one of those things where if you're doing any sort of brainstorming or mind mapping, it's literally proven that until you get to like the 5th, 6th, 7th thing you've written down, you're not even in a flow yet. So it's one of those things that if you've got tasks you can batch, you'll find that after the 3rd or 4th time you do that same task, you're going to get into a flow. So my recommendation here is more around content. If you're someone who's making one piece of content a day and it just feels really laborious, that is something that you can easily batch. And I'm not saying that it has to stay that way. I'm not saying that you should be just pre-doing all your content so it's got no energy and it's dead. But what I am saying is come up with some topics you can talk about. Sit down for an hour and write 10 different Facebook posts out. And then on the day, you can grab one of those ones that you've already pre-done, change a couple of words if you feel like it resonates more that way, and then put it out. By doing things like that, it's allowing you to maximize your efficiency and just turbocharge your time. Because when you're doing one task for an hour every day, but you could do that task 3 times faster if you did it in a batch, then that's more time effective. And the other thing with content, guys, I would say is be very clear on your strategy for content. This is how you're going to increase visibility, is by having an actual strategy and working to that strategy. Now, I don't talk about social media much, but I absolutely love it. I haven't used it very much in the last couple of years because I've kind of not wanted to be seen and out there. I've had a lot of my own stuff going on. but I actually love social media and I really enjoy putting together the strategy side of it and looking at, okay, what will fit this brand? How many is the ideal post this brand needs to do per day for growth? How many posts and what type are they? Does this brand need to do to have growth? Because social media is a community platform. You can't just put out reels and hope for the best. You need to be doing a mixture of different types of content. Social media is like a playground, and you want to have all of the different, I don't know what they're called, playground rides. I don't know what you call them, like swings and slides. And you want to have all the different things in there so that when people come to your social media, it's fun. It's like a playground for them. And you can systemize that, guys. Like, and systemizing that is how you can batch it. Okay. So if you know you need to do 6 B-roll reels every 2 weeks and 6 talking head reels and 3 quotes and 2 carousel posts, it's really easy for you to figure out, okay, I need this many a month, and then just sit down and make it all and batch it and make it clear. And the thing about when you sit down and you build that strategy and you do that, it's actually a lot easier to bring someone in to do that for you because you already have the system, and you can say to that person, here's a list of, or you can even tell them, go and come up with a list of 100 quotes that appeal to my target audience. And when they bring that list back, you delete any of those quotes that you don't actually resonate with. You might have 50 quotes left. You can then go and tell that person, go and make all of these quotes in Canva for me. This is my brand colors. This is what I like as a design. And set them to do that. And then you know you've got your quotes done for the next year or however long, based on how often you do it. And the same thing with things like talking head videos. If you know how many talking head videos you need, you can just sit down and do it in an afternoon and then just get it edited over the next however long. And you can pay someone to do all of this. And having those systems in place, like that content strategy, that content plan, a content calendar, that can really help you to take your own time and energy out of those tasks and also maximize the time that you are in them if you are batching that stuff. Now, how is all of this stuff going to help you to work less and earn more? Because obviously, initially, you're going to be building those systems. So you might be saying, I don't have time to train someone. I don't have the capacity to do that. Well, I can tell you right now, guys, that if you are someone who's got quite a successful business and you're finding that you're at a bottleneck of your next level of being able to bring in your next programs or offers because you don't have the time, then you can't afford not to bring in these business systems, because the second you bring those systems in, it's kind of like if you're water, you're bringing in the glass that holds you so that you're not a puddle on the floor, guys. So when you take that time, yes, it might feel like for a little bit you're almost slowing down because you're having to spend so much time training. But then as soon as you've got those systems in place and you've put those key staff in place, you expand like no tomorrow. And this is what I find with my clients when I work with them and I build their systems. It's like there's a little bit of a slowdown for a little while, like maybe a month. And then everything just speeds right up and it allows them to earn more, but also to step back because they've got the systems in place holding their business. And so what that means is they can now ramp up what's working. They can now amplify what's working. They can now take the time to look at their data every single month and see, okay, these type of reels work best. These are what I need to produce more of. This offer sells really well. Let's do a masterclass on this. I'd love to run another day event here. And it allows them, because they have those systems in the day-to-day running of the business, it allows them to step back from those tasks and really connect in with themselves and look at the bigger picture of what's next and what is going to allow them to get to their next level. So this, guys, means that they get to work less while earning more, which is what we all want. We all want that time freedom. We want that business freedom. We want to be able to be the creator of our own ship and create something that we truly love and desire. And one thing that I'm sure most of you would agree on is that we're not trying to create ourselves a job. So having those systems in place, especially if you've already got the energetics done, if you're already successful and making a lot of money and you've already got your energetics done, now what we're doing is just dialing in the physical processes so that you can go to the moon. Like, it's an exciting problem to have, guys, to be kind of bottlenecking yourself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode today. I hope you guys have taken some value out of it. I hope I've given you some good suggestions on things that you can actually systemize and look at in your business. Like, you can literally systemize anything you do more than 3 times. And I would highly recommend systemizing it on the third time you do it. You know, the third and fourth time you do it, start putting the process into place, start doing it, because that's where you're going to find that it's easier for you to scale. That's where you're going to find that you have that time, you have that support, and it gives you that opportunity to really look at and refine everything that's working and amplify more of that and amplify more of yourself, because you have that time and space. When you're burnt out, when you're overworked, you're not going to have the capacity to really feel into your intuition and what's going to work for you. But when you can build those systems and give yourself that space freedom, that space and time freedom, that's what's really going to allow you to go to your next level. So, guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed this episode today. I've really loved bringing it with you, and I'm so looking forward to connecting with you guys again soon.